Burton with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. This has been handed down, but the Deshaun Watson case may not yet be over. The NFL says it will review the 6-game suspension given to the Browns quarterback by an independent judge Monday and has 3 days to appeal for a longer suspension. 24 different women sued Watson alleging inappropriate behavior during massages. 23 of those cases have now been settled. In other news, Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray will miss at least 5 days of practice after testing positive for COVID. Murray is experiencing mild symptoms per the team. A major injury blow for the Cowboys. Receiver James Washington will have surgery after fracturing his foot on Monday. He is expected to miss 6 to 10 weeks. And the Steelers may not know their starting quarterback yet, but they did lock up their kicker on Monday, signing Chris Boswell to a 4-year, $20 million contract. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
All right, where are we going for breakfast?
I kind of want a breakfast quesadilla.
Oh, I didn't know they were doing quesadillas for breakfast these days.
Well, Taco Bell is.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, they have this Bell breakfast box now that comes with this breakfast quesadilla that's super cheesy and a hash brown.
Okay, I wish I knew about this earlier.
And it has Cinnabon Delights and a coffee in it.
Why did I not know about this earlier?
Try the new $5 Bell breakfast box, only at Taco Bell. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations during breakfast hours only, 7 to 11 a.m. for a limited time. Contact local store for prices and participation with fair. Tax extra. Drinks, food freezes.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
We are the Imperial Valleys, AM 1230, KXOL, Central California. It would be a Tuesday, 2nd day of August, 2022. In the newsroom, it's Gene Brister. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning, Carroll, Buckley.
Another beautiful day.
Not too bad.
Better than yesterday with the humidity.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been bad if we didn't have the humidity yesterday.
Yes.
Would have been a bad day.
I don't know if you saw this in the news. A 76-million-year-old dinosaur fossil sold at auction for $6.1 million.
Who would collect?
I don't know. But, you know, it's all bones. They have to be careful how they reassemble it, right?
Right, because you've got to get it right. All you got to do, though, is look for the numbers.
Oh, yeah. Kind of like IKEA, right?
Yeah, they were all, put together that way. So,
yeah,
no worry.
Yeah, for about $6.1 million, they could have gotten Keith Richards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old dinosaur himself. Huh?
Okay. And bad news, Hershey says there may be a shortage of Halloween and Christmas candy this year.
Yeah, there's a shortage of everything.
Well, Hershey says global supply chain issues and the war in Ukraine have made it hard to get all of their ingredients, including cocoa. Hardest hit elementary school kids, soccer moms, and dentists, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Maybe not in that order.
And as a youngster in Reading, Pennsylvania, and my grandmother living in Altoona and then Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, I can remember driving to visit my grandmother, and you would drive through Hershey. And you could smell Hershey. You could smell the chocolate 10 miles before you got there. And when you drove through Hershey, the streetlights were shaped like Hershey kisses.
And the people were sweet.
They were. They were really nice people.
Just wanted to throw that in, put in a good word.
I'm assuming the streetlights are still in the shape of Hershey Kisses, and probably with, APCD and EPA and everything else, you probably can't smell the chocolate anymore.
Nope, probably can't.
Which is a shame.
Yeah,
Boomer.
No kidding. But you really could smell it, huh?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, you ready for birthdays?
we better get into the birthdays.
Okay. Garth Hudson plays keyboards for the band, is 85. Singer Kathy Lennon of the Lennon Sisters, 79. Actor Joanna Cassidy, 77. Actor Catherine Harold, 72. Butch Patrick, he played the little boy on The Munsters. He's 69. Actor Victoria Jackson, 63. Actor Apollonia, always hooked up with Prince, right? 63. Yes. Actor Cynthia Stevenson, 60. Actor Mary Louise Parker, 58. Actor Sam Worthington, 46. Actor Edward Furlong, 45. Actor Marcy Miller is 37. Actor Hallie Eisenberg is 30. Local birthdays, we've got them coming up. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the sheep sleep tonight. Oh, in the jungle, the quiet jungle.
Today, visit sdzwa.org.
Let's celebrate today's birthdays. Happy birthday, Angel Castrita, Suzanne Suester, Royce Page, Monica Cavanaugh, Jacqueline Cipher, Gisela Garcia, Angel Mercado, Linda Gardner, Liana Tavazon, Jerry Torres, Griselda Villalobos, Isabel Dubois, James Ian Duran, Debbie Alvarado, Shelby Verbrew, Brooklyn Kinley Huffman, Misha Laura, Luis Villegas Sr., Salome Jackson, Sherry O'Malley, Augustine Castellano, Billy Santiago, Carolyn Kirby, and Gilbert Mares. Happy birthday from KXO. And coming up, we've got to look at world and California news, local news, sports, financial news, weather, and more. I mentioned yesterday that recent census data has revealed nearly 1% more people are leaving California than have stayed over the past year. I wonder why. Okay, yeah, could it have something to do with taxes? Sacramento, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and LA and San Francisco are losing the population. It just kind of makes sense.
That's the biggest loss areas.
Yeah. Oh, well. And, here in Imperial Valley, well, we're growing. And it's almost like we're not part of California in many ways. Yeah.
And it's been that way for a long time.
Geographically, you cannot get further away from Sacramento than what we are, and in some respects, that's good. I doubt if Governor Newsom even knows where we are.
Well, you can try, too, if you want to go further south. But
yes.
Good luck.
Anyway, are you ready for news?
News. Sounds like we've got some.
Okie dokie. It's a look at world and California news headlines brought to you this morning by your friends in the air conditioning business. Lock Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist.
CBS News Brief. There are questions about how Osama bin Laden's successor wound up at a safe house in Kabul, where he was killed in a U.S. drone strike. Correspondent Cammie McCormick.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken accused the Taliban of grossly violating its promises that the country wouldn't be used to harbor terrorists who threaten the security of other countries.
Nancy Pelosi's plane headed to Taiwan, an island country claimed by China. China is warning of serious consequences if the House Speaker visits. But National Security Council spokesman John Kirby denies a provocation.
We've not ramped up the rhetoric. We've not changed our behavior.
Northern California's McKinney fire has now burned an area larger than Seattle. Roger Derry lives in Siskiyou County.
There's so much loss.
With inflation raising and interest rates rising, job openings fall to a still high 10.7 million. from $11.3 million the month before. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. A community meeting was held in Wairika last night for residents impacted by the McKinney fire. Air Resources Advisor Margaret Key warns the smoke from the fire is a concern.
For anybody with respiratory illness, and it can make you more prone to respiratory illness. So I know we're all sick and tired of talking about COVID, but it can actually irritate your lungs and make you more susceptible to getting any respiratory illness.
The fire has burned just over 55,000 acres. Elsewhere, the oak fire burning near Yosemite National Park is now 74% contained. It's burned just over 19,000 acres. And Zuckerberg's San Francisco General reopened its monkeypox vaccine clinic Monday, and the line to receive a dose stretched for blocks. Supervisor Rafael Mendelman showed up at 5:30 a.m. and was the 123rd person in line.
There's tremendous demand. Tremendous unmet demand. We need more vaccines.
On Monday, Governor Gavin Newsom declared a state of emergency to help the state deal with monkeypox. Steve Clausen, California News.
World and California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist. For sales, for repair, for replacement, it's Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
Everyone knows how beneficial therapy can be, but traditional therapy can be overwhelming, confusing, and inconvenient. When scheduling in-person therapy, it can be difficult to find the right therapist near you, and it can take weeks to get on their calendar. We knew there had to be a better way, and that's where BetterHelp began. I'm Danny, co-founder of BetterHelp Online Therapy. When Alana and I started BetterHelp in 2013, our mission was simple: find a way to make professional therapy accessible, affordable, and convenient for everyone. BetterHelp works around your schedule and lifestyle. You can connect to a therapist by phone, video call, or even text message. You don't even have to turn on your camera if you don't feel comfortable. And if your therapist isn't the right fit, you can switch anytime with the click of a button, because BetterHelp is designed with you in mind. See why over 2 million members have trusted BetterHelp for online therapy. Go to betterhelp.com/self-love and get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/self-love. for 10% off your first.
It's page one of the local news. Page one is a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, with 3 locations to serve you. At El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, at Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and now at the Imperial Valley Mall.
Taking a look at the latest in local news for a Tuesday morning. County Board of Supervisors in the news, George Gale explains.
They will not be meeting today. County Board of Supervisors is on summer break and will not meet this week or next week unless a special meeting is called. Imperial Irrigation District Board of Directors is not on summer break. They will meet today. Public session begins at 1 this afternoon. There will be 2 presentations for Employee of the Month and Team of the Month of August. There will be a LAPCO update conducted by Gary Thompson and Jörg Huberger. There will also be a Salton Sea Management Plan update provided by Tanya Marcia and Miguel Hernandez. Action agenda includes the Salton Sea Species Conservation Habitat Project, the Equitable Distribution Plan, Clearinghouse Conservation Account, water cost methodology, and acknowledge the 2022 costs. And the board will be asked to acknowledge the 2022 second quarter budget amendment. Information items include an update by Ag Water Advisory Committee Chairman Mark Broom and an IID status update on COVID-19. Meeting will be held in Conant Auditorium on Broadway in El Centro. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And you're invited to a night out. Not just you, but everybody in the country. The National Night Out, an annual event, is set for August 2nd. That's tonight. It is a free community event. It'll be held at Buckley Park in El Centro, 7 to 9 p.m. The event features free snacks and drinks, kids' activity zone, emergency response vehicles on display, local businesses showcased, music, and more. It's an opportunity for residents to have fun and get to know the emergency responders in the area. KXO News Time, seconds away from 7:43.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers have the best price on name brand tires, guaranteed. We're talking the finest names in tires: Michelin, Pirelli, Dunlap, Bridgestone, Continental, and more. Check the prices, then talk to your Quick Lane service advisor. He will give you the best price, guaranteed. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Quick Lane at El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, and now at the Imperial Valley Mall.
Continuing with more local news, a temporary closure is what they're calling it. Here's more on that story.
It is for a portion of Rutherford Road near Highway 111. Emergency declaration was approved to speed up the repairs. Repairs will begin August 4th. County Public Works says a sinkhole just east of Highway 111 is threatening the integrity of Rutherford. Repairs are estimated to cost between $50,000 and $100,000. They are hoping the work will be complete in about a week from the closure date. An emergency declaration was needed to avoid the bidding process, which would have taken about a month before work could begin. Actually, work begins on August 4th. The intersection with Rutherford Road is closed right now. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
An El Centro man died Sunday when the car he was fixing fell on him. The incident occurred at about 1:30 Sunday afternoon in the 1000 block of Lynn Ray. The 55-year-old man was working on his car in the driveway when it apparently fell on him, causing fatal injuries. That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations in the valley. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Did you know fixing outdoor leaks can save 27 to 90 gallons of water per day? Even tiny leaks can be huge water wasters. Conserving water starts with a few simple water-saving actions at home and in your yard, like adjusting your sprinklers and adding drip irrigation so you water only where it's needed. We can all do our part to conserve water. Visit SaveOurWater.com for more water-saving tips. Save water, save California.
Page 2 of the local news and weather, brought to you by the Town Pump in Westmoreland, open Tuesday through Saturdays at 4:30, and by Brownie's Diner in Brawley. You know, they're open every day, 7 a.m. till 3 p.m.
The Imperial Valley College will have a measure on the upcoming November ballot. Here's more on that story.
It is a bond measure. The IVC Board of Trustees agreed to place the measure on the ballot. Voters will be asked to approve of the $130 million bond measure, and the funds would be used to develop a fire, police, health, and emergency responder training center, prepare facilities for lithium training programs, and other campus improvements. Measure will also fund upgrades to science, technology, engineering, and math labs, as well as the repairs and updates to other classroom buildings. Board President Carla Sigmund said if approved by voters, the bond would provide a source of local funding that can only be used by IVC and cannot be taken by the state and spent elsewhere. Measure will be on the November 8th ballot. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
A Riverside County murder suspect was apprehended in Imperial County Saturday. According to the Imperial County Narcotics Task Force Commander John Seaman, On Friday, July the 29th, the Desert Hot Spring Police responded to a report of a disturbance on a Sunline bus. A man on the bus was fatally stabbed and the attacker fled. On Saturday, an arrest warrant was issued for the suspect, Israel Eduardo Perez, a 42-year-old Desert Hot Springs resident. Perez was arrested later that day by officers with the Riverside County District Attorney's Office Gang Impact Team. The United States Marshals Fugitive Task Force, the El Centro Police Department, and the Imperial County Narcotics Task Force. Perez was taken into custody without incident in the area of Keystone and Highway 111. He was booked into the Riverside County Jail in Indio. Commander Siemens said the arrests were successful because of the diligent efforts of allied agencies who worked together in partnerships with one another to ensure the public's safety. The process to make lithium development a little easier. George Gale explains.
The county has approved a contract with Dudek Consulting. They will create a specific plan and programmatic environmental impact report to further the development of a local lithium extraction industry. The specific plan and EIR will expedite the state permit process, allowing lithium developers to begin work as soon as possible. The funding for the contract will come from the lithium development plan included in the state budget. For Kxo Local News, I'm George Gale.
Sure Helpline is asking for donations. They're asking for school supplies. The supplies will be packed in a backpack and delivered to elementary school kids. The back-to-school supply drive is currently underway until August the 12th. It began early in July. Distribution of these school supplies will be August the 18th at the Sure Helpline Center office on Main Street in El Centro. They will be distributed to kids in the 1st to 8th grade on a first-come, first-served basis. You can contact Sure Helpline for more information on how you can donate items. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
When you're ready for great home-style cooking, there are 2 locations for the best in the Imperial Valley. Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Brawley. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., featuring delicious breakfast and lunch entrees, including menudo, liver and onions, and meatloaf. The Town Pump in Westmoreland is open Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30 p.m., specializing in delicious prime ribs, steaks, chicken, salmon, and lobster. So for a great dining experience, visit Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Brawley, and the Town Pump in Westmoreland.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
According to the National Weather Service, temperatures will be right around normal, resulting in a moderate heat risk for the Imperial and Yuma valleys. A return to more active monsoon storm patterns are expected later this week, likely lasting through at least the weekend. 103 our high yesterday, 82 the low. Sunny today with a high near 106, west wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 84, west wind 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting as high as 20 miles an hour. The winds will become south after midnight. Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 107, southwest wind about 5 miles an hour. And right now downtown we have 88 degrees, 36% relative humidity, wind out of the south 325 miles an hour. Page 2 of the local news brought to you by Brownie's Diner in Brawley, open every day, and by the Town Pump in Westmoreland. They are Imperial Valley's fine dining experience.
Are you tired of all the clutter and junk in your house, your yard, or your business? I've got your answer. Give All Valley Junk Removal a call at 760-623-9499. That's 623-9499. Yes, they'll come by and give you a free estimate on removing your junk. They do it all. Commercial junk removal, tenant cleanouts, storage cleanouts, yard cleanouts, and more. Even heavy objects. All you have to do is call All Valley Valley Junk Removal. 760-623-9499. That's 623-9499. They work 7 days a week to accommodate you. So call All Valley Junk Removal.
It's Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. Major League Baseball, action on the field, actually. The Padres beat the Rockies 4-1 as Mike Clevenger picked up the win. Dodgers dumped the Giants 8-2. Royals edged the White Sox 2-1. Orioles over the Rangers 7-2. Red Sox nipped the Astros 3-2. Twins topped the Tigers 5-3. Guardians edged the Diamondbacks 6-5. Yankees bombed the Mariners 7-2. Yeah, Aaron Judge hit a home run. Whoopee. Mets 7, Nationals 3, and the Reds 3, Marlins 1. Meanwhile, the San Diego Padres picked up Josh Hader from Milwaukee. They gave up their closer, lefty Taylor Rogers, to the Brewers, as well as right-handed pitcher Dinelson Lamet and some prospects. The Padres also made a 5-year extension official. Joe Musgrove, a San Diego native, is tied to the Padres with a 5-year extension. Coming up, all sorts of good things. We'll tell you about more trades.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
Well, the Houston Astros acquired first baseman outfielder Trey Mancini from the Orioles, and in the process, they picked up Christian Vasquez, a catcher from the Boston Red Sox. And the Atlanta Braves acquired Detroit Tigers outfielder Robbie Grossman late Monday night. The defending world champions are also nearing a deal for Houston Astros right-hander Jake Odorizzi, and looking for more. The Cardinals acquired Jose Quintana from the Pittsburgh Pirates. Oh, and football. Hey, we've got NFL football Thursday night, the Hall of Fame game on FM 107.5, because it's the Raiders and the Jaguars. And the Raiders games, all of them, are on FM 107.5. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmht.org for more information about Pioneers. Coming up, we've got a look at financial news. Yeah, it's brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offers live scan fingerprinting to the public. A Canadian candy company is offering a very sweet gig. Candy Funhouse, an online retailer of confectionery treats from chocolate bars to gummies and licorice, is hiring a work-from-home job as its chief candy officer. It's going to pay you $78,000 a year, U.S. Duties include leading candy board meetings, being the head taste tester, and all things fun. Where do I apply? Meanwhile, 2 years after then-President Donald Trump said he would ban TikTok in the U.S., through an executive order, the short-form video platform is once again under scrutiny in Washington, and the underlying issues remain largely the same. TikTok's ties to China through its parent company, ByteDance. A growing number of U.S. lawmakers are calling for the Biden administration to take action against TikTok, citing apparent national security and data privacy concerns. A glimmer of relief is emerging at the checkout aisle. Yeah, that would be the return of discounts. Walmart, Best Buy, Gap, Target, Bath and Body Works, and others are increasing, promoting, and lowering prices on merchandise to entice inflation-weary shoppers to buy extra goods sitting on their shelves. Months ago, these chains stocked up on merchandise, preparing for supply chain shortages and what they projected to be robust consumer demand. But since they ordered, their plans have been derailed by the highest inflation in more than 40 years and slumping consumer confidence. That means we got all this stuff, we got to sell it, let's discount it. What's happening on the big board? Well, mixed results right now. The Dow off 159 points at 32,640. The S&P 500 at 4,118. That's neutral. And the NASDAQ up 29 points at 12,398. Gold up $8.50 an ounce. You want an ounce of gold? $1,796.20. And oil up 21 cents a barrel, still under $100 a barrel.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been providing private security locally for more than 20 years and have owned Southwest Security for more than 6.5 years. I'm proud to announce that we have over 250 employees working here in Imperial and Coachella Valley. Last year, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. P.O. Box service to you. Also located at Southwest Security at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. If you're in the need for security services, please call us at Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 970-4500.
We will have sunny skies today with a high near 106, west winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Partly cloudy tonight with a low around 84, west wind 10 to 15 miles an hour with gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. Those winds will come out of the south after midnight. Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 107, southwest wind about 5 miles an hour. 89 degrees, 34% relative humidity, wind out of the south-southeast 5 to 7 miles an hour. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services, offering 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil in El Centro.
At Burgers and Beer, our customers are like family. Let's hear what a few of them have to say about us.
They have great weekday specials.
I like the friendly environment, the friendly staff, the cold beer, and the best wings in town.
Burgers and Beer, what I like about Burgers and Beer, the menu, everything on the menu is great. I'm working my way through the menu. My favorite thing right now is the grilled tuna chipotle sandwich. That's what I had yesterday, and it was delicious.
So come and see us and find out for yourself at Burgers and Beer.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source.
Presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Steve Kathan. There's breaking news from overseas. A U.S. Air Force jet carrying House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has just arrived in Taiwan, a visit certain to touch off anger from China. CBS's Stephen Portnoy.
Nancy Pelosi is not the first House Speaker to visit Taiwan. Newt Gingrich did it in 1997. But amid today's heightened tensions, the Chinese say the U.S. will pay the price for the visit, which it sees as a violation of China's, quote, sovereign security interests. The White House says there's no reason for Beijing to overreact, insisting that Pelosi's visit does not change U.S. adherence to the one China policy.
President Biden says he gave the final go-ahead for the drone strike that killed al-Qaeda leader Ayman Zawahiri.
If you are a threat to our people, the United States will find you and take you out.
Terror leader was found in Afghanistan's capital. CBS News senior national security contributor Michael Morrell says the action against one of the 9/11 planners sends a strong message to al-Qaeda.
They want to rebuild their capabilities, and what this does more than anything else is says to them that we have to worry first and foremost about our security, even in Taliban-controlled Afghanistan, because the U.S. can reach us there. That will make it more difficult for them to rebound.
Rescue teams in eastern Kentucky are still in a struggle to get to hard-to-reach areas cut off by the destructive floodwaters, blamed for at least 37 deaths. Governor Andy Beshear says the scope of it all seems to widen by the day.
It is absolutely devastating. It's going to take years to rebuild. People left with absolutely nothing. Homes that we don't know where they are, just entirely gone.
A key abortion test is on the ballot in one state today, just weeks after the Supreme Court moved to overturn Roe versus Wade. CBS's Caitlin Huey-Burns.
Voters here in Kansas are voting on an amendment to the state's constitution that would remove protections for abortion. And if it passes, the Republican-led state legislature could enact further restrictions or a near total ban on the procedure.
Primary elections are being held in 5 states today. On the Health Watch, CBS's Vicki Barker tells us there's some food for thought.
The biggest ever long-term study has found that every extra daily portion of processed or red meat consumed increases your risk of heart disease by 22%. The Oxford University researchers found no such risk associated with poultry.
Checking Wall Street right now, the Dow is down 178 points. The NASDAQ is up 24, and the S&P 500 is down 2.5. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep the facility running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccup. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo, and Maria in Miami, Jules in Minneapolis, and Stan in Central Indiana, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with experienced branch staff at over 250 locations, so you get the product you're looking for. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Other banks go out of their way to make redeeming credit card rewards needlessly complicated, like how they require minimums or force you to use your rewards before reaching some arbitrary expiration date. But Discover isn't like that. With Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time, so you'll never have to jump through hoops. Unless you're like a trapeze, then by all means, go right ahead. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
An ailing pop star has returned.
Guys, I want to say thank you so much for having me back.
Fans were grateful as Justin Bieber performed at the Lucca Festival in Italy after a rare battle with Ramsay Hunt syndrome that left him with partial facial paralysis.
Show you what I'm talking about. Show you how.
Everything was in full working order when Bieber resumed his all-around-the-world tour. After stops in Europe, he's scheduled to play shows in South America, South Africa, the Middle East, Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. Postponed U.S. concerts have not been rescheduled yet. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Whether it was Jimi Hendrix or Neil Young or R.E.M., longtime Warner Brothers Records boss Mo Ostin let the artist be the artist. Ostin, a rock and roll Hall of Famer, has died at 95. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.